you are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
The BBC were ambitious. They always wanted the show to be bigger. They just believed in Doctor Who. It's an old, fantastic tradition. The BBC had plans to supersize it. And here we are. I absolutely agreed with everything they were planning.
RTD, you're lying to me. Every word you say is laced with tons of data. You gotta keep lying, cause the show is dying. Protect the BBC.
There isn't an official Bible, and a lot of it's in my head. I do know the entire television history, so there's a lot of flexibility. But yes, I do have a list of not a list of rules. The timelines got mixed up, and I'm a little bit more diligent.
RTD, you're lying to me. Every word you say is laced with tons of data. You gotta keep lying, cause the show is dying. Protect the BBC.
Their lead actor needs to be limitless. I want someone who's good at everything and describe, and we've absolutely got that with shooting. It needs to feel very safe for a young audience to come and watch with. There's a kind of childlikeness to the Doctor that fits children.
RTD, you're lying to me. Every word you say is laced with tons of data. You gotta keep lying, cause the show is dying. Protect the BBC.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people, and maybe say it's not a good thing.
Go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them. With the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
But hey, that's just a theory. A theory.
If you're violating YouTube's terms of service, you're gonna get penalized. Cry me a mother river.
Cry me a river, I'm crashing like a blimp. The only people doing this are me and all my simps. I'm twerking in the chair, that's how I know I'm sick. Now visit me in jail and tell me I'm a fucking dick.
Every single person of, that's intelligent, hardworking, ambitious, had dreams and goals, has abandoned England in the last 200 years.
No, I promise quick. So, a lot of you might not know, I do a panel stream every Monday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Smash actually does play games. So not this coming Monday, but next Monday, the guest of honor is Mike Pollock, which you might not know by name, but is the voice of Dr. Robotnik / Eggman. It's going to be wild. So, yes, come to my channel, Words of Paradise. We'll see you on the 24th because, who don't want to talk with fucking Eggman of all people?
President Trump? I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
But it's me, Mario.
Yeah, tell it to the judge. Oh yeah!
Hey, the mic didn't move.
There
Right
we
on.
go.
Right on.
Is it working? Is the sound working?
I think it actually is. I was like, I'm gonna go woo, and it's probably gonna drop my mic. But hey, it did.
Yeah, once you peek it, it just immediately felt the next 10 things you tried to say. So you probably just destroyed it right there doing it. But hey, welcome everybody once again. My God, I've been live actually consistently for like the last couple of streams now without interruption. It feels good. Even though, yeah, actually one of them was at 4 o'clock in the morning, my time, but that's just when I was awake. Ladies, gentlemen, nothing in between. You know what time it is. It's WTF Live, mother lickers. That's right. It's time to take out all the trash and clean up all the latest and the not so greatest freshly squeezed up bullshit from pop culture and politics. You're watching Will of the Fans. My name's Will. See what I did there? All right. Okay, and pause. And pause. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot of options of what we can talk about, but a few things that have come to my attention. Certain news about Doctor Who, certain news about disease-riddled hobag scum who think what they're doing is actually intelligent and for a good cause, but is in fact just self-destruction. And of course, we also have to talk about the felting of the game industry. Also, leftists loving fridges. No, that's not a joke. I think most of you will have seen Hypnocast by now. And if you didn't, well, I did, but I stopped because at that exact moment I thought, no, you know, I don't want to let my good friend here influence me. I want to go in blind and see just what exactly the hell all of that is on about.
Reactions.
So I put it on the thumbnail and we will find out what the hell's going on. So there's plenty to be talking about, of course, as well as all of that. But let us know how we sound, of course, as I am joined, as always, by Problematic White Guy, aka John, and, of course, Eris Rhoda. So how are you guys doing? Starting with John.
Oh, you know, awesome as always. I managed to piss off the senior editor of The Verge yesterday morning. He was going on about the new ROG Ally Xbox series. Acting like he was the only person who had this information, and he said some stupid stuff. Some people went and corrected him. He talked down to them, and so I just pointed out that you know, this is you're an elitist journalist clown show, and this is why you're you know, the games industry for journalists is you know, going by the wayside. And yeah, it was a good start to the day yesterday. And then I pulled you know, a nice little stunt I haven't done in like 20 years, and balanced out my groceries for video games, and now I have all of Metal Gear on my Steam Deck, so that's good.
That's good, although the chat's saying you're too quiet.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, there you go. When you raise your voice.
Oh, well. Yeah,
when you actually project your voice.
Right. I just have to
like
be,
you're on a show, not just
Yeah.
muttering to someone in a library. We can hear you.
All right. Well, yeah. Yeah, either way, yeah, like I told off the journalist and I got some video games, so there we go. With that said, let's fucking go.
Nice. It's good, man. I mean, they think they know everything because they know people. They don't actually know fuck all. So there you go. All right, chat. Is it better when John raises his voice, or are we really having that much of a
righteous fury?
There we go.
Yeah.
Is it better for you guys though in the chat? It's better for me, but I'm wearing these big ass cans on my head that help me hear. You know. And speaking of big ass cans, help us fill the bar, by the way.
Indeed.
We've been very
Take me to
successful.
my happy
lately.
place.
There it is. Good for you though, John Boy. What's going on with you, Rhoda?
Well, mainly really good. Like, had a particularly good stream with Ryan last night, which was fantastic. Only real thing is that I'm really struggling with the heat. It's so hot here. I've not been able to do any gaming streams because it's too hot to play games. So I can sit here and talk, but I can't actually play a game.
Yeah,
So,
I guess
yeah.
you're in the UK, right? So
Yeah.
we don't really have air conditioning in the UK.
No.
Because sort of 3/4 of the year we don't need air conditioning, so we don't really have it. I never had any kind of air conditioning until I visited Florida when I was 21. Then whenever I went to a hot country, and then eventually when I moved here, everywhere needs to have bloody air conditioning. But yeah, as soon as I step foot outside here, it's ridiculous. Right now, it is 9 o'clock in the evening, and it is 28 degrees outside. And
yeah, I'm assuming Celsius, so that's still pretty warm.
Oh yeah. Do people not use Celsius?
No, we use Fahrenheit over here in the States.
Oh right, okay.
So that's got to be somewhere around high 80s, 90s, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's very high. Yeah. And during the day, it gets up to like 32, 33. Yeah, it gets, and it's rainy season right now. So it's just had like a few months where it's like 35, 36 degrees at all times. And
yeah,
it's
I mean, I can cope with like really bad heat, but it's when it's humid as well. That's when it causes me issues.
Understood. But other than that, are you doing okay in general?
Yeah, doing really well. Like even like
channel growing.
Well, despite the lack of content, because I haven't been able to make any because of the heat, my subs are still going upwards. So that's really cool.
Good.
I'm really happy with a few songs that I've got coming out over the next few days.
Nice.
Yeah, it's still going really well. I saved everybody's asses at work today.
As you do,
which is nothing new.
Days like that.
Yeah. All rocking here.
Yeah.
I used to work for an event company, and one time I just got back from Germany or Spain or somewhere, wherever the hell they sent me, and I got off the plane and I landed back in Heathrow. No, it was Gatwick, and then there was another event going on at Heathrow Airport, and that one had gone to shit, and they needed to call me and send me over there to bail out the team because the team were quite new. They didn't know how to get themselves out of scrapes. So I went over there and I fixed it all for them. And then the client wrote like this glowing letter about me, like I was this fucking hero on a big horse, riding to the rescue. And I got punished for it.
Sounds about right.
The management, a bunch of London yuppie scumbags, right? They were like, "Oh, you threw the rest of the team under the bus. You can't do that." I'm like, "No, you threw them under the bus. I lifted the bus and pulled them out. You dicks!" Like. Anyway, there we go. Speaking of people going under buses, have you seen all the clips of the No Kings rioters getting run over by cars recently?
Yes.
I believe they call that the find out phase.
That's exactly what they call it. Yeah. We've had the fuck around phase. Now we have the find out phase, where you surround cars or buses or whatever, particularly cars, because buses, they can probably just stay in there defensible for quite a while. But if I'm driving a car, for example, I have a modest sized car because I'm not one of these people who needs like a huge SUV on a bunch of roads that aren't fit for them. Right. And, I've got my little girl in the back or something like that. And imagine there's like 10 angry, rioting shitheads come and surround my car and start kicking it and stuff. I'm going through them.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah,
that's fight or flight. You've triggered a fight or flight response in the driver. And in most cases, flight is the least troublesome of the options that are before you. So get the hell out of there, even if it means you have to go through or over someone.
Yeah, didn't one of the states just make that legal as well?
Florida.
It's in Florida. Yeah, in Florida we had the ultimate clip of this badass cop who basically just said, if you do this stuff, if you fuck around, you're gonna find out.
Yeah,
there were some really, really funny ones though, because it was like said if you spit at us, because he listed like if you do this, you're going to jail. If you do this, you're going to jail. You do this, you're going to go to jail. They said if you spit at us, you're going to hospital and then jail. And it's like if you hit us, you're going to hospital and then jail. If you throw a brick at us or launch a firework at us or point a gun at us, we will be telling your family where to pick up your remains.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said if you evade arrest, you're going to jail tired.
That was it, yeah, because we will hunt you down and pull you back in. Yeah.
Some ass clown was throwing bricks. He got shot in the eye with a rubber bullet. He's trying
to
get sympathy. No, it's like
trying to act like he didn't do that to himself. Yeah, no, you did that in yourself, buddy. That's right. Okay. Anyway, it's just been really fun to watch. Because I mean, honestly, I hate to say it because I don't condone violence officially on this channel. That's my stance, and you can keep it, YouTube. But I have been kind of waiting for someone to snap and just go full GTA.
That's right.
And I swear I've been waiting sooner or later for someone to just smear like 50 of these people up the street. I really thought we were going to see it with this one clip that was shot from like a bird's eye view angle, maybe because it looks like original GTA. But I thought it was just going to be like, and then there's just red lines behind it, red tire marks the entire way.
Yeah, no,
I'm kind of surprised that hasn't happened yet.
You know, I do not advocate for starting bullshit, but I will defend myself to the point that I end up in county jail if necessary.
Yeah, you've
check my
got to.
stats. Yeah.
We all should. Anyway, we've got some super chats to get to before we get started with the topics. So MagesGuild is here for $10, and thank you very much. MagesGuild says, I'm nodding off. Want to give my birthday donation to Will, and note that RTD confirmed everything that I've been saying for weeks. Piper is just tinsel to get a new backer. None of it is news to me. It's not really news to me either. I don't have your sources, but I have my pattern recognition, and I haven't been wrong yet. So that's cool. That's cool. But it's pretty good. In any case, thank you very much for the $10 and appreciate you. If you're nodding off, you feel free to go and say
Drop it.
Thank you very much. Roadkill 101 is here for $1.99. Says small money, but a big fan. Metal. And, don't worry about that. Every little helps, and it's all really appreciated. So, put it this way. If someone donates like $10 and then someone else donates like $2, that $2 comes out of YouTube's share of the $10.
Yeah.
So you're running interference to make sure I get more of the bigger ones. Or when it's all cumulatively put together, it all counts. So happy felting, YouTube, and appreciate you. Speaking of felting, of course, we do have the bar, which today is called the what have I called it? The Fridge Fucker Felter. Which all will become clear about that, no doubt, in not too long a time. If you want to help fill the bar, of course, we will be doing the usual stuff. We'll be getting gaming streams going in the rest of the weekend. Of course, if we fill it all the way, boobers forever, baby. Just for John to goon over.
Indeed.
It was weird earlier on when I was on my own and I played the clip, and afterwards I had to stare at it myself with sunglasses on so I could go womp womp,
Right.
It's not the same.
Moving forward,
It's not the same. Someone has to be gooning over this,
That's right.
So there we go.
Right.
Anyway, Roadkill 101, thank you very much for the kind donation. Appreciate it. MagesGuild for 5 says, I disbelieve that piece of news. You cannot convince me that the ICE rioters have testes to destroy in the first place. Legit.
No lies detected.
Yeah. I can't really argue with that. It is kind of but then, and thank you very much, MagesGuild, for that. Appreciate you. Garrett Griffin for $10 says, throw my donation into the plate because, well, why not? Just because. Well, that's very appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. And you can say something if you want to say something, or you can just throw me $10 and say cheers, in which case I will say
Drop it.
Thank you. And MagesGuild for 2 says, sent a DM to sum up what my sources say in DMs. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Let me try and show this somehow. Hold on. It's a video, so I have to, but it's a short video.
Right.
But,
no worries.
But I have to zoom in suitably to get it to the right fucking size so that I can actually, because I hate
and not show extra.
Yeah, it's
bits.
yeah, it's really annoying that the pop-out player on X just doesn't work. Or if it does, you can't full screen something. So
Right.
here it is.
I don't think that came up on the
Oh, did it not show on screen? I'm sorry. Hold on again.
That's all good. Yeah, I was
There we go.
double checking on my phone just to make sure. Indeed.
Very good. Thank you.
That was a nice bit of good news yesterday. It was.
I mean, that is basically what anyone with a brain has been saying for a while, but it's good that you have people who can confirm this stuff for you. So thank you for the $2 and the funny little clip. Appreciate you. Speaking of Doctor Who then. All right. It won't be much longer that we have much to talk about this damned show. So while we still can, we got this tweet. This was shared earlier on from an account called Archives 1963, aka Philip Morris, which effectively just paraphrases RTD here. It says, "It's been an absolute joy." Oh, it's been an absolute joy. There you go. RTD signs off from DWM. That's Doctor Who magazine, I suppose. And Doctor Who for good. Question mark. The latest DWM out tomorrow features RTD2's final column, reading between the lines. Is this a sign it's finally over? And it says, "No, not the end. Don't be mad. Doctor Who will never end." I beg to differ. Says there are pathways leading to potential futures. Yeah, of course
involving you.
Yeah, we've still got the mystery of that bright and blazing ending. Oh, hello. Yes, indeed. Hello, Billy. And then there's Susan, of course. I wonder if we'll ever find out who the boss is or who the boss are. Oh,
Jesus.
I'm still wondering who Gus is from Mummy on the Orient Express. Maybe they're the same. Shut up, Russell. Shut the fuck up, you fat-headed wanker. Shut up, Russell. And you've noticed how whenever he does do a little dig about like not understanding something about Doctor Who, he always points it at Moffat. I thought they're supposed to be friends. Anyway, whatever. But we don't know what's happening yet. And while everyone works that out, I'll take pause on this page. Thanks for reading. And thanks to DWM, a delight to work with you on this wonderful magazine. Hopefully we'll have news soon, and certainly the war between the land and the sea is about to break out. So there are great things ahead. Until then, it's been an absolute joy.
Echoing his gay black avatar.
I mean, he said joy about a million times.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go. Look, this is... Yeah, reading between the lines, this is the end. Look, he says it's not the end, which is obviously a lie. Right. He's lied worse than that before. He says, we don't know what's happening yet. And while everyone works that out, I'll take a pause on this page. That's the key sentence. That is the key of all of this. We don't know what's happening yet. You didn't know what was happening a year ago. Yeah, literally
no
nothing.
response is a response, Russell. If people aren't getting back to you, it's because they don't want to work with you anymore.
It's like, hey, Will, are you receiving a check for $1 million from Elon Musk? I'll be like, I don't know. Nothing's happening yet.
Yeah. Any day now, though.
In other words, no.
No.
We don't know what's happening yet. That means that there's no sign of anything happening whatsoever at all. And that, when you are a show that's been on TV for 62 years and a show that should have been easy to greenlight forever at this point, that is a very bad sign, buddy.
Yeah.
That's the worst sign imaginable. The worst.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. Give me a second. I just need to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Was that Rhoda?
It is gone. It is cancelled. They're just too embarrassed to admit it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's
Did something
trying to
happen?
avoid saying it. You went
Can't
to.
hear John at all now.
Oh God damn it! What's going on here?
Or you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear John. Your screen froze. Well.
Yeah. You. I think it might be a you thing at this point.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sorted. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is anyone in the
Dramatica's,
chat 100
Dramatica's
years old?
calling me 100
No.
years old now. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why Dramatica seems to think that I'm so elderly. Is it the wizard beard? Like this all happened in my late 20s. I had a really terrible ex-wife, which I won't go into further detail on, but this all happened in like 6 months. So yeah. Stress will make your hair go white. Thankfully, it was centralized to the center of my chin and nowhere else. But yeah, for a guy who's 44, like I got like a full head of hair, and I'm generally pretty able-bodied. I carry my groceries back from the store for it's like a mile and a half. So I'm able to I mean. Yeah, I think that I'm actually in fairly good condition. But it's all right though. If she thinks that I'm 96, then I guess that just means that I speak with somebody who with twice the length of age. Or
Yeah,
more
it's
in
the
wisdom.
gravitas. That's what it is.
That's right. Yeah. So, but yeah, we need to figure out what's going on with Will. Check. Will, can you hear us?
I'm good. I'm good.
All
I'm
right,
good.
Cool.
It was actually one of the simplest things I've ever had to fix before. It just turned out that the jack from the jack to USB converter on my headset had pulled itself out. Real easy to fix. Real easy to fix. Yeah. Stood up too
Laura,
fast.
I'm 44, not 46. But it's whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
MagesGuild again for another $5 says, I was told that Moffat and RTD are not getting along at present. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Says, from what I've heard, it seems that Moffat hated the present story and plans. Says, I'd ask Steve, but he wouldn't be able to answer. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Nearly 2 years ago, I got into a ruckus with a fat communist BBC shill called Mr. Retardus, who decided to put out a hit piece on me because I said, I don't believe that Moffat is a true believer of woke. And the reason I said I don't believe that he's a true believer of woke is because he has said lines like, we have to lie when we put black people into historical scenarios they wouldn't have been in. We have to tell a little lie. And even though he tried to make it sound cute, he did acknowledge that it's not true history. Whereas the true believers among the woke will never, ever do that. And there were all these other little things as well. All these other little things he refused to outright say. The fact that his son is masculine, all these things. And then TARDIS decided to try and fucking go after me. Spent like an hour and a half criticizing a 10-minute video. Just because at one point I used the phrase gay black as one word, because I was trying to tick 2 boxes with one word, just like they're trying to tick 2 boxes with one doctor. But unfortunately, subtlety's lost on fat, neck-bearded, backward-thinking communist wankers. So, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, Moffat has not said or done anything that has convinced me that he's actually a true believer in this. Even the episodes he has actually written, even if you don't like that the fact that he included like Bethlehem at the end of the Christmas special, that doesn't change the fact that he put that in as in a misguided but well-meaning way, right? He's not criticizing the validity of the birth of Christ,
right?
But at the same time, of course, he's always yelling at churches and religions. But that's that's classic lefty. That's not fucking woke true believer. And MagesGuild is here for another 2. Says Steve is not a true wokey. He's just obligated. This is exactly what I was saying right at the start. I was saying he was left to his own devices. What kind of Doctor Who was Stephen Moffat making, guys?
It was actually pretty good. Yep. Yeah.
Very sci-fi heavy, a little bit convoluted in terms of plot, a little bit hard to kind of understand, very agnostic or atheist supporting, yes. But also very, very sexually trad.
Yeah.
Hot chicks are.
I mean, I've
everywhere.
always said that season 5 is my favorite season of Modern Who.
Yeah. And
Um,
what's the sort of core key defining characteristics you notice first about Amelia Pond? Well, sorry, Amy Pond, the grown-up one.
Tasty.
She fit.
Yeah.
Nice mini skirt. Nice.
Really, really feminine, lovely long hair.
Lovely long legs.
Indeed. Indeed.
You know, and she flirts with the Doctor as well, and she's constantly talking about, like, you know, who's a hot man and all this other stuff. And then of course they have the episode with Rory after he joins Vampires of Venice. You get the Dream Lord episode, which I still think is fucking glorious. And it's Amy wanting to be torn between, like, you know, going and having these selfish adventures and becoming a mother. But when Rory's dead, what happens? She is fucking crushed.
Yep.
In that episode. And then of course it actually happened. So a lot of trad stuff, a lot of family values, a lot of, you know, you can be conflicted about these things. Totally
Rory's,
fine.
one of the
But you're not trying to
best,
subvert them.
Masculine written characters in decades.
Who?
You know, Rory. In the sense
Rory's
of, like,
arc is
his
great.
arc
He
is-
goes
yeah.
from being a simping little twat to where is my wife?
Yeah.
Cyber
Yeah.
cunts, you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get the
That
Doctor to
scene
blow
was
up your
absolutely
spaceships.
glorious.
I love that scene because Rory got his balls, you know.
Yeah.
Where is my wife? Beautiful, beautiful, great scene. And yes, I'm sure Moffat is anti-religion, but I don't believe for a second that he is. Yes, sorry, I should have said cuddle cow. Thank you, DramaticaLaur. I'm gonna get in trouble one of these days. That's the term. Yeah, and MagesGuild says he is anti-religion. I know he's anti-religion. He's anti-organized religion, and to be honest, I'm a little bit that way myself.
Yeah.
I
can't
more
purge anybody
agnostic
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see much good from organized religion, to be honest. Not really top-down organized religion anyway. That sort of forces the
Yeah.
poorest people to pay into it and stuff like that. And I obviously have no time or patience for the real whack job versions of religion like Scientology and stuff like that.
I always say, you know, if you operate from an abundance of good faith, you know,
Interesting.
It doesn't really matter the silly hat of religion that anyone wears because it all is seated upon that head.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
believe what you want.
Yeah.
Just don't hurt people, especially if you are the church that they are subscribing to. Basically, that's it. If you otherwise you want to go be part of whatever church, whatever community, whatever group you feel drawn to or were raised into, and it's not hurting anybody, I see no problem with that, really.
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view,
precipitation of mass death, you know. Go on.
I am a Christian, but I don't trust the church. I don't even like.
You're a British Christian. You don't go to church. Basically.
I call myself an independent Christian.
Yeah.
Because like I don't like the way, exactly like you're saying, I don't like the way churches are organized. I don't like the way they like
operate.
You know, give us money, and
yeah,
I
don't
don't
like it
in
either.
America with like
I don't like the way they reinterpret things rather than like I would just rather read it for myself, which is what I do.
Right, exactly. So I have a few caveats to that. One of them would be things like, don't see anything wrong with tossing a quid to your church occasionally if it helps them with the upkeep of a hundreds and hundreds and 100-year-old building. You know,
yeah, that's a good point.
Stuff like that. There's a bit of heritage to it. I despise the church here in the Philippines where everything's modern and there are giant gold statues of Jesus everywhere. And they're asking these people who are living below the poverty line in the third world to give them money.
Right.
It's like,
yeah. When I was
guys.
living in Washington, which is a very evangelical kind of based area, I would go to church with my girlfriend on Sundays. And she'd be like, she thought I was trying to sleep in church all the time because I would close my eyes. And I was like, no, it's like, you got a house band over here. You got like this huge fucking movieplex screen right there. And like, you got all these people dressed up just to be seen. I'm like, I'm closing my eyes because I don't want to be like, you know, staring at all this horror lighting and actually like, you know, taking in all this insanity. I just want to like listen to the words, because isn't that why we're here, is the word?
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
A few times I've visited a chapel in the last few years, which I have from time to time. It's been a rough few years. I just like to sit in silence in a quiet, empty place and just think. That's about it, basically, for me. Think about what I want and who it's for and whether it's good or bad or not, and maybe even ask for a little help along the way if there's help to be had, you know, quietly to myself. That's me. I don't see that I need to do any more than that, because it's who I am, and that's fine. If you're agnostic, you can be agnostic. If you're Christian, you can be Christian. If you're Jewish, be Jewish. If you're whatever, basically, as long as your religion doesn't precipitate mass death all the time, and suffering. But Moffat goes out of his way a little too much with the anti-church thing. He's like anti-religion completely, to the point where he's like, every time there's a random group of soldiers in a Moffat episode, they're a church in the far future that have militarized and turned into basically, you know, the American military in 2025, except in the year 30 trillion or whatever.
Right.
You know, you've got the headless monks. You know, you got all these religious allegories, but he still tries to rip off Arthur C. Clarke with his, or is it Arthur C. Clarke? Yeah, with the star thing, and that's fine. MagesGuild for another 5 says, "Didn't Jesus kick the money traders out of the temple?" Yeah, that's supposed to be what happened. Yeah. Right. My knowledge of Christianity is limited. You know, Jewish, of course, but I remember
Jesus
that.
Flip a table and whip a banker out into the street.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed. It always makes me laugh because it's such a gray area, and it's because of stuff like this that's been so easy for the left to attack religion constantly until they've become even more zealous.
Yep.
But there, you know, the quote is, "It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom," or something like that. So dead on, MagesGuild. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway. I'm not so strict about such things. I like having it's nice, you know. It's a good thing. It helps me to buy things for my family. But as for this, that was a huge tangent, but fuck it. He's out at DWM, which means he's probably out at DW too. I guess he's kind of sitting there hoping maybe that either it's never coming back, so he will never have to do this again. He can move on to other projects and just say, "I don't have time" when it comes back. Or he is hoping that enough time will pass and he can get the gig again and continue this fucking crazy crusade. In either way, it can get in the sea, frankly.
Right. You know, I mean, this was bad enough. I do not want to see an embittered RTD with an axe to grind, you know, about like, I was let go for no good reason, you know, like, because
no, we got enough of that in the actual episodes themselves.
Right. So yeah, no, he needs to be out on his ass and away from this just for his own good, let alone the actual viewing audience.
MagesGuild for another 5. Thank you. Says, "Steve and I have our differences, but I can have a beer with him and play darts. I cannot do that with RTD or Phil Collins." Phil Collins? I've been accused of being Phil Collins. I am not, though. I can confirm that. For starters, I'm a much better musician. Anyway, I think you mean Phil Collinson, but I get it. They're stuck-up bitches. Yeah, I've seen interviews with Phil Collinson as well, and RTD. RTD is the most overbearing, sanctimonious, hoity-toity, self-important, artsy-fartsy, flouncy, mincing, simping wanker that in TV today. And he needs to just get felted, and he has. This is why it was so funny. This is why we have so many entries on the accidentally hilarious tier of our ranking list, because it's things like trying to insult the fans and just failing. Just it's like when you have like an annoying friend who gets a bit above their station from time to time, and you need to sort of remind them that they're not the king of the goddamn universe, and then they start making these like snide, snippy comments at you, and you just laugh at them. It's just like, just shut up, man. You sound pathetic right now.
Right.
That's what RTD clearly has never experienced, or he would have known not to do this crazy shit. But there you go. It is what it is. Thank you again, MagesGuild. All right, we are at $49.99 on the bar, which I'm calling 50. So, of course I am. That's crazy otherwise. So, yeah, get ready for some silly dancing, you lovely, lovely people.
Money, 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 print money, money, cash, money, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, money, more money, 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 heaps and heaps of money, 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 print money, money, cash, money, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Yeah.
Love that.
There we go.
Banger number 2.
He's coming for $2 more anyway, just to push us over the line. Says, yes, Phil Collins and sorry, tired. That's fine, mate. That's fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. I'm exhausted too. I've only had about 4 hours sleep since 1 a.m. yesterday. Today. Yeah. Whatever. Who cares? Anyway, this is a new article. It's from Dark Side of Gaming, which I'd never heard of before until right now. So there you go. And it's about Doom. Now, I've already told you, I think, John, what this is about, but let's just say, what would be good news for Doom right now?
Making a few sales that are actually legitimate sales.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately getting wrecked at the moment.
Yeah.
Dark Ages is not doing very well.
Yeah.
Principally, why is it not doing very well? Game Pass is one argument. Another could be optimization.
Yeah, it's got that de novo in it. Didn't really help with the gameplay.
De novo and, of course, mandatory forced ray tracing. So, we have got, MagesGuild, thank you for shouting out the fundraiser, by the way. We are getting very close to the finish line on that now. Okay, so we got this. Doom, the Dark Ages path tracing patch coming on June 18th. So that's already done.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. I also the glory kills are kind of shitty in this one too. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm really still quite new at this whole PC gaming thing. I've only been doing it for a couple of years. I've never been any kind of expert in it, so I never pretend to be. But I do know what ray tracing is, and I looked up what path tracing is, because my first reaction to this was, oh, sweet, Doom's doing a patch. Finally, Doom's doing a patch that hopefully is going to sort out the major complaints that PC gamers have been having with this, that Doom, a premier PC franchise for the last 30 years, is almost impossible to run on anything that's not a top-tier PC. Right. Unlike original Doom, which as Andrew Parker points out, you can run
literally.
Yeah, it can run on a potato-powered watch. Yeah, it can. However, that's not what's happened here. What they've decided to do with this patch is actually make it even harder to run on anything besides absolute elite PCs. Completely moronic.
Really doesn't sound like a very intelligent move.
No. I just asked what good news would be. I didn't say we had some.
Yeah. Because right now they're still searching for it, you know. Maybe their ray tracing will lead them there, but I highly doubt it.
Exactly. Michael Hallis here for £2 says nothing. Wow. What a chat. What a chat.
Yeah.
What a chat. Just getting bricked for the boobies later. Says MagesGuild for $2 is Doom for the Spectrum getting path tracing. Probably not. You know, probably not. Probably not. But
I played the original Doom. Trying to think what I played it on. Oh, PlayStation 1 I played it on.
Right. That's probably the best port of all of them. It got rid of the original soundtrack, but it replaced it with really, really cool and scary atmospheric stuff and some real actual music tracks as well, like MP3 tracks. By the way, MagesGuild, thank you for the $2. Yeah, I first played Doom on somebody's Windows 95 PC. Can't remember whose. Played it for a little while, and then got it with my PlayStation 1. And back then I was too chicken shit to play it properly, so I just put God mode on every single time I played it and just ran the levels. And eventually I got good enough at it that I was not afraid anymore, and I could take a few hits and feel all right. So I turned it off. But I'll still remember it was always down L2 square R1, right L1, left circle. There you go. Muscle memory, just the Doom God mode code. But there you go. NVIDIA has just announced that the path tracing patch for Doom the Dark Ages will be released tomorrow. This is the update that a lot of PC gamers have been waiting for. Right.
Have
so
they?
what
Is it really?
I mean, they've been waiting for it, but did it deliver is the question.
Well, it goes... It's difficult to explain. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can pull up my conversation with Grok that I had trying to figure this fucking thing out. Yeah, I basically asked this question, which was, please explain what a new Doom the Dark Ages update that now adds path tracing and DLSS ray reconstruction mean in simple terms for someone who has a mid-tier PC. Blah, blah, blah. Lots of stuff. Path tracing, super realistic rendering of lighting, mimics how light behaves in real life. So it basically updates the ray tracing, turns it into even more detailed light refraction and ray reconstruction and stuff like that. Then it goes on and on and on and on and on. So then I just said, so if you didn't have a PC that could run the game already due to the massive demand of always on ray tracing, this isn't going to help more people to play the game on PC, but in fact make that problem even worse. Yes, exactly.
Thank you, robot.
Yeah, so it's literally just like, yeah, explain this to me because I don't really fucking know. I'm not going to pretend to. I don't lie to my audience. But yeah, I had like, I wouldn't say my PC is necessarily mid-tier. It's pretty good. It's a gaming PC. It's just a few years old now, and I'm not running like a 4090 or something. I'm running a 3070. But without, it doesn't have all the VRAM in the world. I've got a lot of RAM to help with that, but you know, it's not the best. I keep things on mid settings most of the time, even though I can run them on higher settings. But this is very bad because the number one complaint people have had about Doom the Dark Ages, even more than Denuvo, is it won't fucking run.
Right.
It's breaking my graphics card. And if you haven't got an NVIDIA card with ray tracing, you can't play it. But if you have, most people would probably turn that off if it's making frame rate drop or the game stutter or crash. You can't turn it off on Doom. And now they've added another layer to it that makes it even more high fidelity and thus more exclusive for people who don't have the tech already. So congratulations, you've doubled down on making it even more exclusive.
Yeah, which is an odd take to make when, you know, it seems like, you know, I don't think it's overtly woke, but it's certainly not quite the hardcore experience that it has been in the previous two titles. It was a little bit more accessible, and it's like accessible people don't really have high-end PCs, so if you're going after an accessible audience, you might have to make the game, you know, actually accessible from a technical standpoint. So
that would be a really smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Yep. That really would. That would be a very clever thing to do. Yeah. And they haven't done that. They've done the opposite. What's the opposite of smart?
I think fucktarded.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Dumb as fuck. Yeah, any of that. Good. Anyway, MagesGuild's here for another $2. My God, carrying the channel today. Says, you need to play Noah's Ark for the SNES. Goats. And you are obviously referring to this. That is Super Noah's Ark 3D, for which was made on an illegal cartridge for the Super Nintendo, like a lot of Bible games were back in the old days for NES and SNES. They wouldn't get the green light, so they just put them on their own proprietary cartridges that would work on the NES and the SNES, but they would work really very well. And yeah, this is a obvious as fuck Wolfenstein ripoff where you go around. I can't remember what oh, it's a slingshot. Yeah, that's right. You use a slingshot to capture the animals and put them on the ark.
You stun them and then put them in the ark.
Yes. Although, to be fair, you could easily kill a lot of them with a slingshot.
Right.
Like a lot. But hey, there you go. Thank you very much, of course, again, for the $2, MagesGuild. Appreciate you. Yeah. And there you go. So, yeah, Doom's felted. You're better off playing Super Noah's Ark 3D. Stupid. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Let's move on. So this is a weird little story that is was supposed to disappear. I wasn't really interested in it, to be honest, and I thought it would have disappeared by now. But unfortunately, no, it hasn't. Yeah. Over $1 million worth of Switch 2 consoles were stolen. And I don't know why. Because everybody knows Nintendo will just brick them.
Yeah. You would think that they would be able to track the lot numbers back to the serial numbers on the systems and just brick them all.
They can.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what they can do. Yeah. They literally can just put those serial numbers into their net and have them all bricked.
Because they know what truck they were on. And so they can track it through the bill of lading. Yeah. I mean, this is like a exercise in futility. Like,
so yes, first of all, it's completely pointless. Secondly, we'll get into the story of it. Just let me catch up with a couple more of these that have come in about Doom. DramaticaLaur 29 for Australian 2 says you need to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Oh, you got to say it in Cartman voice.
You need to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Get fed yourself.
That's right. It is one of his favorite games, as we learned.
That's Butter's game, isn't it? In the Make Love Not Warcraft.
I think so, yeah.
But it's like, oh, I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I can't do Butter's voice. But I feel like, Butters, go and buy World of Warcraft and join the online sensation. You know, immediately. You know, no one wants to play Hello Kitty. For God's sake. Ugh, gee willikers. Okay. But there you go. Yeah. Butter's voice is hard. I can't do that. I can't sound that naive. Yeah. MagesGuild came in for another $5. Says, as a programmer, I need ray tracing in my Galaxian experience. It is clearly mandatory. Noah's Ark was leaked by id because of the piss poor port of Doom. Really? I never know whether to take these things as a joke or as a conspiracy theory. Do you think id leaked it?
I'm going to run with it. Back when game designers were...
Bathroom!
Yeah, back in the day when game designers were pretty punk rock about things, you know, they would just kind of like, they
just did whatever they wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doom didn't get the greatest port. It would be the best port probably overall of Doom onto any console. It's better than the Mega Drive. It's better than most of the PC ports. Oh, they leaked the source. I see. They leaked the source so that people could just go ahead and do this.
Make whatever they felt. Yeah.
That's fucking funny. That does sound like something id would do. That's id as fuck, that is. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. You know what? He's done so many of these. Have some dope on honkers.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious honkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban honkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big ol' Tanhangera cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger bunk hanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no logangas.
All right, my voice is starting to crap out. So if I go silent for a minute, just to sort of collect myself, van for me. But otherwise, a massive heist has occurred.
What?
It sounds more exciting than it really is.
Right, right.
A massive heist has occurred, resulting in the theft of thousands, 3,000-ish Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. The value of the heist exceeds $1 million. $1 million. Yeah. Switch 2 consoles are all the hype right now, with the console becoming Nintendo's fastest selling hardware in history. Yeah, might be. Might well be. But for how long?
Yeah.
Within the first few days, 3.5 million units. Demand is high too. Nintendo's been doing everything it can to meet it. Events like these may cause a serious problem. Yes, yes, yes. Insider gaming. Keep running defense for the industry. Keep doing it. Keep going. Anyway, Switch 2 robbers get their hands on close to 3,000 units. According to a report by 9 News via My Nintendo News, the Switch 2 heist occurred at Love's Truck Stop.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking Dumb and Dumber right now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with Seabass in the bathroom stall.
Yep.
Yeah. Ugh. First Street in Bennett. Go on.
We got one in Love's. I live next to the interstate, so there's one of those like less than 5 miles from where I'm at right now. They have organic coffee. It's not too bad.
So why is it called Love's Truck Stop?
I couldn't tell you.
Is there
there's
like
there's a
motel
Love's,
next
there's Flying J, of course. There's Bucky's down in Texas and other parts of the South. Yeah.
I mean, Love is actually a genuine surname. It does exist.
Yeah.
Could be.
So it could just be the
Probably.
name
That
of the
would be
person
that would
who
probably
made
be
the
my guess.
franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is
they don't have like a weird logo or anything like that. It's just like Love's apostrophe S, you know. So yeah, it's like
right.
Yeah.
It's just there's something about it that you know, just kind of reminds me of this clip, which I'm hoping will play now. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Fuck's sake, useless
there
player.
it is. There it is.
It's not working. Come on, come on, you son of a bitch. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll find another clip of it. But Love's Truck Stop, yeah. It's a sketchy sounding place, gotta be honest. Got to be honest. Yeah, it's apparently the deputies confirmed that 2,810 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles were stolen from the back of the truck. How? I mean, we've seen truck stops, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's usually people everywhere. It's, you know, unless you're in the dead of night or something. But still, where was the driver? Like, well, let's see if he goes into it.
He's on his way to Texas from Redmond.
The driver informed the authorities that he was on his way to a GameStop store in Grapevine, Texas from Nintendo of America in Redmond, Washington, and wasn't aware of the trailer's contents.
Sounds reasonable. Yep.
That's bullshit.
Leaving Nintendo of America and going to a GameStop and doesn't think he's got Nintendo consoles in his truck.
Yeah. And specifically the brand new Nintendo console.
I mean, generally, yeah, like I had mentioned earlier, the bill of lading, it usually has, you know, your inventory, because you have to check stuff off when you get to. So when I was inventory specialist at Best Buy, you had the bill of lading, you had to check against it, make sure everything was there, make sure nothing was missed, you know, if anything was damaged, you know, all that kind of stuff. So there is always, and the driver is the person who carries that, and they're
it's very sketchy though. Like,
it is a little sus.
It does seem like kind of an inside job. You know what I mean?
A bit, but I mean, you know, I don't know. Like they have the trucking industry here in America has definitely gone downhill in recent years, unfortunately. So it could be anything at this point in time. But yeah, it does seem a little bit strange.
Yeah, especially going down at Love's Truck Stop.
No, I thought we would slip into a room and you could check my oil.
Oh, no. What happened, man? No, I'm sorry. No.
Shoot, hell, maybe I knew I wanted it when I gave you the ride.
No. Yeah. Byron, remember you changed?
Byron, you've changed. You don't want this kind of thing anymore. No, I do want this kind of
It's the worst scene. Where's the line? Where's the line? The really, really dark line.
I got cash in my pocket. But good. My pocket. I got desire in my heart. And I'm a frothing in the foam. And I was thinking, hey, I got an idea. What do you say we slip into a room and you two split me open like a coconut?
Ah!
Rest in peace, Tom Sizemore.
Yeah, I know, right? That's just so grim. It's so
That is
grim. I can't.
positively emetic.
I know. It's so hard to watch that scene. Like when they do that all the fucking time in
Always
Sunny.
Sunny, yeah.
Yeah. They just have these like random scenes that, like, I can't stand it when Charlie beats the shit out of Santa Claus in the Christmas special either. Like, seriously hurts him because of his mom's actions, letting a bunch of Santa Claus run a train on her. And he attacks this innocent man, and I'm like, oh, it's not funny anymore, man. And then it's the same with that. Just like, God damn, no, why'd you write that into the script? Why'd you do it? It's probably ad-libbed. But anyway, MagesGuild is here to give us a palate cleanser, hopefully. The logo for Loves is a heart. They are one of the best pit stops, and they make their money on what? Tchotchkes, and sell furl for next to nothing.
Yeah.
What's furl?
I'm not quite sure. It's not a term I'm used to.
know at all.
I'm not sure what tchotchkes are either.
Tchotchkes are like little doodads and whatnots, like there's kind of like,
oh, right, like what we would call
novelty
bric-a-brac.
Yeah.
Right. I see.
Americana and the like.
Oh, fuel. Fuel.
Yeah, it's probably meant fuel. That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
I don't know why we didn't get that, to be honest. Kind of embarrassed. Oh, well, thank you very much for the info, Major. Anyway, a Nintendo Switch 2 console was worth $499. Bullshit, is it? Which brings the heist value to over $1 million. The authorities are still figuring out where exactly the heist occurred and how the thieves were able to steal so many units. Well, you see, this is the thing, right? The driver claims he didn't know what was in the truck, right?
Yeah.
The people had long enough to steal nearly 3,000, presumably boxed, retail-ready Switch 2s. So that's got to be a fucking huge truck. Right.
Yeah. Now, if he were at a Love's, there is every possibility that he might have been using a shower and just like, like go in, get a shower, get something to eat. You're there for like, a good hour and a half. Don't really check on the truck. So, I mean, but we'll find out in due course. But yeah.
But I just don't buy it. I just think that there's no way the driver would be gone that long. 3,000. Like, how many could we realistically get out of a truck and move into another truck inconspicuously in how long? Like 100 maybe in a few minutes?
I mean, if that's all that's on the truck and you don't have a whole bunch of pallets in front of it, you could do it in under 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
3,000?
if you have the right equipment, if you know that you're going to go lift something off of a truck, one would think that they would have at least planned for this sort of thing. So,
I guess they could reverse another truck up to the truck, so the two backs of the trucks were facing each other.
Yeah,
so,
If
isn't that really conspicuous? I suppose no. I suppose that's the sort of thing
but it
goes
is
on.
also America. A lot of people just don't give a shit to pay attention
fair
to
enough.
other people's problems.
Seems John's the one here advocating against the conspiracy theory, so fair enough. But hey, here we go. T-Jap Steve is here for $10. Hello, mate. Says Nintendo could have pulled a British and labeled their land ships as tanks, making people thinking big empty containers. For all he knew, they could have been copies of Dustborn or Veilguard. I suppose there is a way.
And with that many consoles, I mean, it does seem like it might have just been like that might have been all that was on the truck. So, I mean, $1 million load. That's pretty sizable.
It seems like the kind of thing where the trucker would have to be so careful all the time. Over, I mean, unless he didn't know, but I mean, if you've come from Nintendo, presumably you go there, make these kinds of deliveries fairly often, unless he's like brand new, in which case he's fired. In fact, I think he's fired anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why would it, like, I don't know. I just wonder if the driver knew it was going to happen and was planning, like, with his mates or something to get their hands on him.
I mean, you never know, because I mean the truck driver would have had to seen them most likely. It's not like you just get a truck blind. You have to go and, like I say, there's this whole process of load in, load out. And
Yeah, you have to sign for shit, don't you?
Yeah, because it's being left in your stewardship, and so,
So unless there's like a situation where Nintendo's being hyper secretive or something,
Mhm.
and I don't know why they would be. I don't know. It is strange. Something doesn't add up. Whatever it is, it doesn't bloody add up. Anyway, Teach Up Steve, thank you very much.
Drop it.
Yeah, baby. All right, we are going to talk a little bit about a filthy, disgusting woman who makes us all sick, who believes that her work and her efforts are actually worth something to humanity, but they are, in fact, worth nothing and cause nothing but devastation and degradation to everybody who surrounds her. She is, of course, a hideous blonde mess of a woman, and her name is not Alyssa. It's Bonnie. It's time again, guys, to talk about Bonnie Bloom.
Indeed.
Because I know the chat was so happy last time we talked about
She is the Grand Central Station. I mean, that is where all the trains arrive and depart.
Yep. You could probably smuggle more Switch 2s in her at this point. But anyway, that's what happened. They had Bonnie Blue lying to the side of the truck. That's where they put them. Anyway, before we get into it, MagesGuild for another $5 says Nintendo of America and Europe are cooked. NC in Japan are still solid. I still have contacts at all three. NOA and NCL are my best. Good people. Yeah, Nintendo of America. I don't know what the hell Doug Bowser thinks he's doing, but it's funny how it's made us all miss Reggie, because Reggie was a meme, but he was solid when he got on stage and he was talking about Wii U.
Yep.
It was like the one time I actually believed in it.
Yeah.
When he introduced it, I was like, Reggie could sell ice to Eskimos, but then it has to sell itself after a while, and it just didn't. But Reggie was the man, and Doug Bowser is the most evil Bowser at Nintendo.
Yeah.
He's so evil he doesn't even get invited to Mario Kart.
Yep.
But there it is. Anyway, glad there are good people at NOA though. Still, the actual story of the setup of that company is fascinating. The way they went down back in the 80s. Anyway, you may remember a week or more ago, a couple of weeks ago now, we covered a story about Bonnie Bloom. I'm a bit scared what's going to come up on screen here. Now, she looks like she really should be, married to like some rich guy that goes to, artsy fartsy affairs. She looks like, she should be going to places like Crufts.
She looks like Stepford Wife.
Yeah, she looks like the British version of a Stepford Wife. But she is, in fact, the biggest whore in the world. And so a couple of weeks ago, she announced in that video that she was going to do a stunt where she was going to have herself locked and tied up into a glass box, presumably with most of her orifices available outside the box. And the bit was anyone in the public is welcome to come in and do anything they want to her. Anything they want. And that means sex, obviously. I mean, presumably, I don't think they'd be letting someone walk in with a baseball bat, you know?
Right. I mean, depends on how it's going to be used.
Although she was in an interview recently with some woman who kept calling her a whore all the time, and it was hilarious because she kept saying she liked it when they slap her and spit on her and stuff like that, and she said that she'd had to actually remind the 1,057 men that she did in 12 hours before to break the record that it was okay for them to be a bit rough with her. Apparently, they were all being a bit too nice. She's filth, isn't she? Yes. She makes you want to like give up on the humanity. Well, apparently a little bit of justice has been done because you've got to be a real filth, scum, hoe bag, dirt human being to get banned from OnlyFans.
Yeah.
OnlyFans will let you do virtually anything to yourself, like within moderation. Apparently, and when I say moderation, I mean with very little moderation. Like you could more or less do anything to any part of your body on camera and put it up there, and they will host it, and they don't care. But apparently, they do have terms of service,
including the camera.
And Bonnie Blue has broken the terms of service, and now has broken her silence over her permanent ban from adult site after extreme content. The Racy Star, says the Daily Star, by the way, which is one of the lowest trash level newspapers in the United Kingdom, was sensationally booted off a major adult site, obviously OnlyFans, earlier this week for posting and intending to make extreme content, something that was not permitted.
I think they spelled sensibly wrong.
Any thoughts?
I mean,
Oh,
like I just said, I think they spelled sensibly.
What happened again?
Sensibly wrong.
What the hell's going on?
Oh no! Can you not hear us?
Fucking hate
All right.
I can hear both of you.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine, Will. But yeah, no. Yeah, I think that this was actually kind of a sensible course of action. If your intent is to try to be as profane and whorish as possible, you know, there are even limits even on OnlyFans, surprisingly.
Well, there has to be, really, because
good God,
I mean, everybody else who makes some money is not going to want to be associated with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they didn't boot her, then all of their shall we be stars, I suppose, would leave, wouldn't they?
Whores, I think is the word. But yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So she's broken her silence over an adult site's permanent ban of her from the platform. Now
she's only 28. Jeez, the wall is
Yeah.
coming fast. For this
No,
one.
she's 26.
I guess it's not the years; it's the mileage. After all, right?
Yeah.
I
As
mean,
you were-
she looks
Go on.
older than me.
Yeah, she's a ragged, worn down.
I'm sorry, but she does.
Yeah.
She was invited to talk about it on the Andrew Tate podcast. We have an image of that if you'd like to see it.
God, talk about like a collection of fucking like just.
Oh dear.
That seems about appropriate.
Oh man.
How can a human being have that little self-respect? I don't understand.
No,
I know people say I don't understand as a saying, but I'm literally failing to comprehend it.
I mean, yeah, that's the reason I keep bringing it up.
Her face is starting to look like shoe leather. Like she's probably like.
Oh yeah, she looks like pure trash. Like yeah, she looks like she's secretly falling apart.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus, oof.
It's not good, is it?
It's not good. This is not
anyway,
good.
Here's your confirmation that it was, of course, OnlyFans that did it. Over the cancellation of her controversial petting zoo challenge, which is what she referred to it as, locking herself up in an enclosure for guys to come and fuck any way they want to until she hits 2,000. And she says that it says the 26-year-old was sensationally kicked off the subscription site last Monday, June 9th, for posting and intending to make extreme content. A spokesperson told Metro, extreme challenge content is not available on the Racy website, is not permitted under our acceptable use policy in terms of service. They have actually got an acceptable use policy. at OnlyFans.
That's right. That's right. 1,000 people is the limit. You know, if you're gonna go and like be the train station, you know, come on now.
Now, you know, the funny thing is, a lot of people's OnlyFans get leaked.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. You know, they end up on the fappening and things like that. But I've never seen anybody trying to leak Bonnie Blue's incredible extreme stunt. Maybe they have. Maybe I just haven't looked very hard for it.
Yeah,
but
she's also banned, I believe, from using B&B. God, what's the name of that service? Airbnb. Yeah, because she filmed one of her things there, and that violates terms of service because it was filmed at the person's house. That was clearly not like, you know, what they thought.
No.
Yeah, so yeah, she's finding herself in an interesting situation more and more.
she needs to go to prison. She does. And I mean solitary confinement.
Yeah, yeah.
Problem is, if she did go to prison, she'd just declare she's a lesbian. And I don't know, do you think she would stop because there's no profit anymore?
You know, I think that because I'm pretty sure she's done some lesbian scenes as well. I
wouldn't be remotely surprised. It's pretty tame compared to everything else.
I don't think you can just stop being deranged and depraved either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a really good video about this. You can find it on Bearing's channel, if you know that one. The Aussie has a bear avatar and also makes a lot of videos with his wife, who he calls Sugar Tits, and the two of them are fucking hilarious when they're talking about this stuff. They've got a great video about this. There's a clip that they used from this interview where she had this woman who's just like telling her, I can't fathom what you do. Like, I can't imagine a woman wanting to degrade herself to such an extent. Like, and it's true, because if you think, like, she's had sex with nearly 2,000 guys, right, already. And before she started all this, she'd been mostly celibate, apart from her husband and maybe one or two other guys. What happened? Like, you've got to imagine that she got some kind of mental illness. But she's functional. That's the thing that's weirdest about it. She's fully functional. And she just loves the cock that much. She just can't get enough cock. Literally, just to an extent no one's ever seen or heard of before.
Yeah, you'd almost think that she was like a Mormon chick. They're like, well, we used to call them Pringles cans, you know, because once they pop, they don't stop.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That's disgusting, but that's funny though. So there you go. Anyway, any breach of our terms of service results in content or account deviation. That's what I want to see, the terms of service. That's why it's been necessary to take this action. We always act when users breach our terms of service, but this disgraced model has hit back, stating that she has been singled out as her stunts are nothing that, other content creators aren't already doing, while they remain unpunished. That's not true.
Really? There's a reason why you make headlines when you do these things, because it is unprecedented. But
yeah. She says they took an unprecedented action by banning me for making content. Wrong. She's also a fucking liar. What she's actually doing here, okay, whether you see that difference between those two pictures, there's like presumably a picture of her when she was less insane, but I don't know, maybe not. I don't know what that situation that's going on there behind her is. but now she looks like a dead woman inside. She looks dead inside.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so here's the other thing. Oh my God. I'm just thinking about this. It's so disgusting. I can't be bothered with it. She's not just advocating a public stunt where she will have consensual sex with guys who she's, you know, hired or offered it to. And presumably there's been some vetting. They're passing out condoms and things like this. This is a different thing entirely.
I can't
she's
be for certain. I think her dad's involved in like the production aspect of these things too, which is
it's her husband.
It's her husband. Yeah, definitely her husband. But no.
I don't know about her dad. I couldn't do that. In a million years, I'd kill myself.
Right.
I'd jump off a building or something if I thought my little girl was doing something like that. Now, not my little girl. I'm not thinking of like my 1-year-old or anything like that. But if I had like a little girl who's like in her 20s, and she's just giving herself like a piece of meat to anyone. with no like standards.
Yeah,
And the worst part about this,
backtracking through your life, going, how did I fail
no,
my family? You know,
no. And she doesn't know when to quit either. She got to 1,000 and still had 57 more. Yeah. And it's not like she hadn't been putting it around before that. She followed that up, of course, by traveling around universities trying to find barely legal guys. Told them she'd pay for the tuition fee of the one who could give her the best orgasm.
Right.
The really bad thing about that is, like, I remember being like 18 and needing money.
Right.
and you know, I was like, would I do that if I was back then? I hope not, but
I don't think you'd risk it.
No, I mean, why? She's got to go die of like AIDS or something eventually. Sure. Like, it's got to happen. You can't abuse nature this much and have a great time and live to be 65 and plus, and you know, like what fucking hell, man. So the last problem with this is that the reason I think that OnlyFans is seeing it slightly differently from her is that she's effectively staging her own what's the word? Let's say grape, because I can't come up with another one, by any man for any reason in any way whatsoever with no limits.
Yeah. Hey, Toasty.
And, hello, Toasty. She's that's what she's doing here. This isn't like the same thing. There's something that feels different about this, where you are literally letting people, anyone walks in off the street and can get access to you to do that at any moment, for any reason, at any time. Like, she has no idea what people are going to do to her. Like, I think if she'd done this stunt and she'd been allowed to, she might have died. But there you go. Anyway, whatever. It's disgusting, and I'm glad it's been banned. And for once, I can't believe I'm going to say this, kudos to OnlyFans for having a little bit of morality about them. I can't believe I'm saying this.
The barest sliver, but yeah.
There it is. And once again, the chat is very active on this one. Sardoc Spamfish for £2. Oh Lord, Bonnie Blue, aka Biological Warfare. Very good.
Indeed.
Very funny. Yeah. MagesGuild for 2 says, fired by OnlyFans. Do you have a Giga Laugh Anon? No, I don't. But I have. Let's see. What do I have? Do I have anyone laughing? No, I don't even have Jameson laughing anymore.
You have the screaming. I mean, show them what you do, I suppose. It's about the closest thing I can think of, but
yeah, I guess that's probably the best thing I can play for that. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Show them what you do.
I only feel like one of these days she's going to get herself into a situation where she's going to get kidnapped and like taken somewhere, and some guy who is like disgusted by what she's done and is probably you know, an incredible misogynist and an actual one will torture her and do something terrible to her. Like, she's gonna have to be so careful for the rest of her life. But there you go. Smackheads is here, says, Will, why? Why, Will, why? Not this gardening implement, as Michael says, stop it. Get some help. I think she also broke more than her silence. Yeah. There's not much part of her that hasn't been broken at this point. You can probably use her to cover Connecticut when it rains. But there you go. Anyway, thank you very much for the Australian fiver, mate. And bear with me a second while there we go.
He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee.
MagesGuild for $2. She is 26 and looks 56. Glad she's gone. Yeah, she doesn't look good at all, does she? She looks like she's had Botox and all that stuff to try and make her look human again. Ugh, Jesus
Women,
Christ.
the more you try to do these things, the worse your skin actually is for it in the long term.
I know. I know that the amount of women that don't know what Botox actually is as well. It's botulism.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? That is a portmanteau of botulism toxin or something like that. I can't remember.
I don't have frown lines or wrinkles in my forehead. It happens. It's called life.
That's it. The it's Clostridium botulinum. So it literally gives you botulism. Great. How about you just age like the rest of us? Fucking weirdos. Anyway, there you go. TJAP Steve for another $5 says acceptable use means something different in Tijuana. And when doing the bondage basket challenge, it seems I wouldn't do her with Atreus's dick. Oh, scathing. Absolutely scathing. Atreus, that's the worst he's been dealt for a while, I guess.
You are what they call, what do they call it? A lol cow? Is that what they say? That is still the stupidest fucking word I've ever heard. A lol cow. Dude, this is
So a great clip. I love that clip. Anyway, that is the bar. That is the bar filled. And thank you very much. Wow, there's all super chats too. Let's see if we can get some Griff Force going as well. Thank you, guys. That's amazing, though. Thank you very much, fellas. We've really had a good couple of days on this channel. Thanks to my birthday, etc. And it really means a lot considering I'm about to have a baby and stuff. So thank you very much. Do you think it's time right now to play the Booba clip, or should we get a little bit more distance from
I
one?
would, yeah. We'll wait.
I feel like I'm not ready to see.
I don't want it
nice,
to be tainted by all the last few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
Let's cleanse our eyes a bit first.
Yeah. Let's talk about something else that's stupid. Borderlands 4, hands on. This is from PC Gamer. Now, PC Gamer is really living up to their name in the last couple of years. More than that, really. They are just basically another Kotaku at this point. PC, of course, no longer stands for personal computer, but political correctness or probable communism. Borderlands 4 hands-on, it's just more Borderlands. But Gearbox's consistency is respectable, and there's a cool hover bike. Does anyone care about Borderlands 4?
No.
I know
it's
the color scheme as well.
Yeah, they gave up the relevance with Borderlands 3, and like when they went and they made that DLC pack that was legitimately about a gay wedding. Like that was
Yep. That's right.
Done. It's done. And then they put out that terrible movie. So
and it's the same shit that the movie really didn't help at all, did it?
No.
But it's the same shit they will complain about a game for being, which is it's not transformative enough. You haven't done anything recently, anything new. But for some reason, it's okay with this one. It's baffling how they will line up to support these things that seem unconnected, but it's always the same people supporting them.
Yep.
Like, support Bonnie Blue's right to be a complete whore. Okay, support lack of creativity in AAA gaming blowing itself up and destroying itself as an industry, and support illegal immigrants, and support feminism, and support the death of the nuclear family. Why do they line up on all these things? It really is like a download where someone just says, you now support this, you now support this. It's like when they all suddenly decided they supported Palestine. I was like, hang on, Palestine? Really? You're taking their side? You're siding with the terrorists? Okay. And it is really bizarre. But they also support just a lack of creativity, greed and corruption and extreme corporate capitalism.
Yep. Which is really kind of,
I'm like the Jackie Chan meme right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the things they claim, and which is why, we constantly refer to them as being ray acceptors and virtue signalers. It's because they show it time and time again that they really don't, they're not led by principles and values.
No, because if they were, they'd be consistent.
Yeah.
They're not consistent. The things that they decide they support very often oppose each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet they manage to do this mental gymnastics to, to align themselves with the side that they've been told to align with. And they
Right.
believe it's them that's doing it.
Right. I mean, it's like, the LA riots, which one am I talking about? Doesn't really matter. They'll sit here and they'll talk about having problems with, late stage capitalist greed. And then they go and they burn down small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw on Lefties Losing It from Sky News Australia. They have this show, and they were interviewing this guy who was protesting Trump, and the interviewer asked him why he didn't like Trump, and he literally said, "I don't know. I'm just following everybody else." He actually said it out loud.
Well, at least, hey, at least there's someone there who is inadvertently honest.
But then you've got this, which is just corporate greed.
Yeah.
And at this point, the only reason they're supporting it is because it's their buddies.
Yep.
It's because it's their paradigm and they want to protect it from us, while still believing that they are not the empire and that we are. It's like, what are you talking about? We're a ragtag group of YouTubers. We number in the hundreds.
Right.
Well, the support system for one of the biggest industries in the world that is currently imploding because of its own greed, lack of creativity, and lack of any justification for charging the kinds of prices that they are for things. The customers are sick of it. Why are you siding against the customers? This is the problem I have with Jim Sterling. It's one of the problems.
One of the problems.
Sterling. I used to really like Jim Sterling. I really did. I thought he was a smart guy. Yeah, he played up at the crazy, podium shit, thank God for me stuff and all that a little bit. And he was a lefty, but he was more of a customer guy, right? He was always on the side of the customer.
Initially.
And then around about the same time that he suddenly decided to start taking hormones, and maybe a little earlier than that, he started yelling at the customers, calling them entitled, calling them spoiled, calling us gamers TM and stuff like that, having a go at people saying don't put an easy mode on Dark Souls and stuff like that. And now it's just gone. I genuinely think these people get led up the garden path, tricked, and then they're too arrogant to turn back.
Yep.
And it's very, very rare that you'll find an ex-leftist who genuinely understands what happened to them, like Kerry Smith or someone like that,
right?
Who genuinely sees what happened to them and breaks free of it.
Yeah, you almost actually have to have some level of internal motivation and integrity that is just a bridge too far, and then get completely just disavowed and go through a quote unquote social canceling of all the people that used to be your social group of friends and connections and everything like that, utterly just undermining and betraying that disagreement that.
And we get to that point where I now am not friends with a lot of people because they decided that my views were too extreme.
Yep.
Yeah.
My views of fair trade deals for customers and having kids and getting married and these things shouldn't be completely abolished, and perhaps leave kids alone and don't have kink parades in front of toddlers and drag queens reading story time to children. And
I saw a great meme on that.
But I'm the extremist.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
About how cigarette smoking and things like that isn't allowed in things because kids are impressionable. You can't have a cigarette ad in a magazine anymore because kids might see it. And yet, you can
have pride parades. Yeah.
Right.
Drag queens
or the drag queen story hour specifically.
Yep.
Yeah. Bring the kids.
That's the thing. Again, you see, it's another giant hypocrisy. Like this.
Children are too impressionable, but they need to learn about these things. Excuse me?
And if you want to talk real hypocrisy, I think it's time to move on Borderlands 4, fuck Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
But I would like to end on time today. So I would like to talk about what I'm referring to as the main event. One thing I want to point out, we will talk about probably on another episode coming up soon, or I'll talk about on Hyperdrive time. Microsoft is laying off thousands more people again. Third time this year. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Stellar Blade. For now. No, we're not really. We're here to look at Eve for a second and enjoy that. And hopefully that will be the palate cleanser we needed.
Indeed.
And then we're going to talk about, again, hypocrisy. Massive, gigantic, incalculable, incomprehensible hypocrisy from the left. Okay? Because, for example, there is this woman who writes for, again, PC Gamer. And despite the fact that Stellar Blade is completely crushing it, selling 1 million sales 19 times faster on PC than it did on PlayStation 5 because it was a PC game in the first place. It was so very obviously a PC game. Hardcore gamers are all on PC now. Pretty much all.
Yep.
And if you're a pseudo hardcore gamer, maybe you still play on console occasionally, but you've probably got a PC too. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm now that I have secured the Metal Gear collection, that's all the more reason where I'm like, should probably take that SSD out of my PS5 and just reset it to factory conditions and sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
No value.
There's like I haven't got a PS5. I was a PlayStation guy for 25 years, nearly. Yeah, 25 years, and I just refused to buy a PS5. It was not an attractive deal for me.
Yep.
It
And
just
5
wasn't.
years in, I don't think you've probably ever second guessed it.
No. I've walked past secondhand PS5s in a shop in the mall near my house where they have this store where they have like plastic boxes that online shops can display some of their merch in, and then they have them locked in and you can buy them that way from them. So that I could walk out and buy a PS5 if I wanted to. It's right there. I still haven't even bought the controller yet. I thought I'd like to get the controller. The controller looks nice, but I wouldn't use it on a PS5. I'd use it on PC.
Yeah.
But I still haven't. I'm still rocking a DS4. I'm still very content with my DS4, especially when I can pick one up for like $8 here. Anyway, that's not really the point. The point is PC is destroying consoles. That's objectively true. And Stellar Blade is a colossal, 2-time colossal success now for lots of reasons. Not least of which, of course, being that Eve is freaking hot and nice to look at. And then, of course, more importantly, the game is freaking great from everyone's account. I still haven't played it yet. I've got it, but I haven't played it yet because I'm still playing Expedition 33 and things keep getting in the way. But I'll get around to it. So then you've got reviews, it's one of the highest rated games that have been reviewed on Metacritic from the audiences. But then you go to a website like PC Gamer, and this one comes from Molly Taylor. Published on the 16th of June, her Stellar Blade review gives it a 68. Not even a 69.
Shame.
So close.
It's like you're trying desperately to felt just that one extra point off, just so that people can't go, 69, nice, But no, apparently not. Not even willing to give gamers that. No, 68. All right. Anyway,
strong, independent women in media and works of fiction that people can get behind. All right, looks like. Oh, you're not the right people, though.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
exactly. And this isn't the right kind of sexy.
Right.
So, not my favorite rendition of sexy souped-up soldier saving humankind. Okay, so you can go into this, and a lot of it is basically, people are willingly plowing through for the sake of seeing protagonist Eve's bum jiggle around in a skin-tight suit for a bit longer.
The problem with this is
What's wrong with that? Nothing. Literally
captivating
nothing.
your audience and actually getting them to see the story through to the end. Again, it's like, isn't that the point?
Yep. Says, not necessarily. Do I blame them? Not necessarily, but it's a mighty tough beginning to get through before things start getting good, and they do eventually. Although even after 30 hours, I still couldn't shake the feeling that it was just trying a little hard to be near Automata on horny steroids.
Again, what is wrong with that?
Nothing. Literally
This is
nothing.
a mature rated title for adults, made by adults.
Well,
what is wrong with any of this?
Nothing. Stellar Blade, as you can just see how much this really does piss off this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Stellar Blade has ass shots, jiggle physics, barely there outfits out the wazoo. Undeniably glamorous Eve sexualizes, heavily sexualizes. For fuck's sake. It just goes on and on and on and on about how sexy Eve is. Right? Oh no. They didn't have this problem with Bayonetta, but apparently they do now. Because now the narrative is, you're gooning, you're disgusting.
Right.
And apparently it's not okay to have sexual attraction.
All right, hang on a sec.
All right.
Literally had this right behind me. Let's go back to 1996.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yep. Lara Croft.
You know, Lara was celebrated.
Yeah, as a feminist icon. Yeah. I know. Crazy, isn't it? Totally insane.
Yep. Well, feminism doesn't even support feminism anymore. It supports truism.
I think it's just a particular kind of mindset just has to disagree with everybody just for the sake of disagreeing with it and like bandy people together to be part of their little club and then say that everybody else is a bloody whatever you want to say, snakehead, asshole, dickhead,
yeah. Pervert, goon, grifter, chud.
Yeah.
You know. TJ Steves here says if they hit 69, they have to turn around.
Well played.
Oof. Very good. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah. But apparently it's not okay, according to the moral authority on this, Miss Molly Taylor. So what else has Molly Taylor written? Well, let's have a look. We can go down here. Ah, what's this? Ref Riz Orator.
Mm-hmm.
Date everything. Turns everyday household objects into gorgeous love interests. And now I can't look at my refrigerator the same way, says Molly Taylor.
I was wondering what this was going to be about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw a little bit of Hypnocast earlier on. I saw Hypno start talking about this, and then I hit stop because I thought, okay, I can't have this spoiled. I need to like do this and go through this all with the gang on the show, and we'll go in blind and see just exactly what the fuck is on about being sexually attracted to your refrigerator. Remember, guys, Molly Taylor tells us that it is not okay to be sexually attracted to images of hot women. It is not okay to be sexually attracted to women wearing lingerie and, you know, battle armor that's revealing and stuff like that. It's not okay. And that's, of course, very post Anita Sarkeesian. However, it is absolutely fine to be sexually attracted to inanimate objects that you might find around the house. Okay, here we go. Says, I can't say I've ever looked at any one of the inanimate objects in my apartment and thought about taking it for dinner in a movie.
No, me neither.
No,
Yeah.
me neither.
Yeah. That would be pretty delusional, deranged even.
Yeah, insane. Literally, like if you saw that, you look like a person sitting in a restaurant with like their 50-inch plasma TV on the other chair, eating spaghetti.
Right.
You're like, should we call someone? You know, like is this person seems to need help
right here. Yes. Yeah.
You know. But Date Everything suddenly has me questioning my limited worldview. It's progressive, guys. It's progressive to want to fuck your fridge.
Yeah.
At least she knows that she had a curated life and was sheltered and doesn't actually have an understanding of the real world.
Oh no, there's a trailer.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right. We're going in.
I guess we're doing it. Yeah.
Says, I've been pretty stoked for this game for a while. I'm a sucker for a quirky dating sim, which this very much is. And Date Everything posts a pretty stellar voice cast from the likes of Felicia Day, Johnny Young Bosch. Oh no. Adam from Power Rangers. Ichigo from fucking Bleach's voice actor. This isn't quirky, this is insanity. Exactly, guys. Its release is just around the corner now, but developer Sassy Chap Games. Ah, cringe!
I'm a fatty chap.
Oh no. You're such a sassy chap.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
Has very kindly put out a demo so I can finally see which appliances are hot and which are bizarre Duke Nukem parodies springing forth from an unassuming microwave. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Okay, do we have a... Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Luke Nukem, the microwave.
Oh dear.
The microwave has become a man dressed like a gimp version of Duke Nukem. Oh no. And it literally it attributes the fucking speech bubble to the microwave. Oh no. And there's the fridge. Oh no. Okay, switching between the real world and dateable objects world happens through a pair of handy-dandy glasses, which, yes, it seems you can also date. Turning my freezer into a big cuddly foodie and my bed into a very flirtatious woman. Date everything really is exaggerating with its name either. Putting the glasses on highlights all the different household doodads I can chat up. This is
doodads.
This is broken. This is broken. Like, what? How? Not only is it fucking weird and degenerate, but it's pathetic. This isn't like. Where have we gone as a society that dating simulator games now have to include inanimate objects sprung to life? What?
The fuck?
Curtains, hampers, recipe books, blankets, magnifying glasses, freaking window panes. The entire house is a smorgasbord of eligible bachelors and bachelorettes. But remember, guys, no looking at Eve's ass.
Right.
You freaks.
Okay.
Sexualizing a woman, wrong. Anthropomorphizing and then sexualizing in tandem inanimate objects, good.
And don't remind me about Validate. Yes, T-Jab Steve, I see you. That's probably where it started, yeah. Thank you so much, Danny Lalanders, or whatever her fucking name is. We got a couple supers. Oh no, just one. Smegheads for Australian $2 says, I'll never look at my Fisher and Paykill the same again. Yeah. What about your Black & Decker chainsaw that's out in your shed? Is he supposed to fuck that as well?
Right. There are instances of this. Someone won a Darwin Award because they went and they wedged two belt sanders in their couch and ended up ripping off their junk entirely. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No. My God.
Fuck appliances, people.
This is feminism now. Feminism has gone so bizarre. Women are suggesting that it's better to date. Oh, fuck's sake. Punny named windows called Windolin. Coffee machine Kopi. Designs that really do complement each one's inanimate appearance. No, they don't.
That
doesn't look like a microwave.
No.
It looks like a man wearing a microwave.
Right.
That's not the same thing. Date objects, these don't even need batteries. Yeah, T-Jab Steve, you're right there.
Anything can be a dildo if you're committed enough.
Jesus fucking Christ. Betty the bed. Oh no. With springs and mattresses and memory foam and fucking hell.
Do you know what that spring chest thing there reminds me of? So that scene in Monty Python where the fat guy explodes and then you see his top behind his ribcage.
Mr. Creosote, yeah.
Creosote, that's it, yeah.
Thing about this is if you actually look at the expression on her face, the bed woman, it's always this sort of post anime, like you can just picture that, like if you were to date this, they'd suddenly start to animate and then they'd have their eyes rolled back and their tongue hanging out like fucking
Boego face or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I started taking a weird pleasure in trying to guess each object's appearance and personality before shooting my glasses love beams at them to awaken them. What the fuck? Sassy chap has pretty accurately nailed how each thing would probably act if it was a real person. How could you possibly know that? Literally changing the meaning of window lickers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So where's the trailer? Where's launches on Steam on June 17th? Oh my god, it's already out. Oh no. Yep, there is indeed a fucking trailer. And some prick is live streaming it right now.
Oof.
Is that the fridge? Oh my god.
Is
Looks
the
like
fridge.
it's like Ice Ganondorf or something. What the fuck? Alright, hold on. I hate autoplay. Let's just go back to the start here. Put the sound on and fucking have a look.
They say love sees not with the eyes, but with the heart. Perhaps that's why it turns up where you least expect it. Wait, so you're telling me you can date everything? The washing machine?
Oh
Why am I? What?
Oh no. Oh,
Get me out of this game, god damn it.
What is this fucking world, man? Washford the washing machine. What
Problematic
is
washer guy.
What is
The
this?
chair?
What was the fucking chair? Cheremi. Hello. Sorry for any confusion. It's got the wheels. There's little chairs on its sleeve. It's like a fucking. What is this, man? It's so bad too. Like the people are just wearing the object that they're supposed to be. At least when Disney did stuff like this and
Right.
Beauty, at least they were still the object.
Some weird cosplay shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's shit. Apart from so, here's your fridge, man.
The refrigerator.
Great.
Time for a snack, says Beast from X-Men, mixed with Mr. Freeze, mixed with
Well, he's a
Ganondorf.
real chill guy, you know.
He's got an ice dispenser on his fucking wrist.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
it is enough to make anybody frigid.
Oh, nice.
I had to.
Smeghead says, remember, this journalist is an actual human.
I debate that.
Someone who's actually sold on this
Indeed.
game. But remember, guys, no enjoying shapely rears of beautiful women.
I do have another one. So we've gone from smart fridge to smart fridge.
Of
Is that
course we
worse or better?
Well,
Or
I
is
mean,
it
there's
worse
plenty of
or
smut
better?
appliances
Or is
in
it better
this game.
or worse?
They're both just awful.
Yeah.
Refrigerator.
Alright.
This door, that.
What? Wait.
Hey,
Dorian. Trap
Oh, what a
Dorian.
knob.
Does that mean he's trans? Trap Dorian.
Right.
Good God.
Even
Front Dorian.
and back door.
Back Dorian.
Oh, good God.
This is killing me, man. This is killing me.
I mean,
I want to die.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that you would make as a parody of this culture, but no, this is.
They're legitimately talking about it like it's great. Yeah.
Well, the
I think
journalist
it is
is,
parody. It must
are
be
the
a
developers.
They
Are
must
the
be doing a
developers
parody.
pretending it's a parody?
It must be. No one's this fucking fucked up in the head.
The fan.
Oh God, Fantina. I just want you to know how absolutely inspiring you are.
I'm surprised it's not Phantom
What
X.
sex is that? it's a girl, right? With
I mean, I suppose.
It's not what a fan would be like in real life. That's a pun. A fan would just be bellowing at you all the time, right?
Right.
Oh, it doesn't. The wall. The wall. All right.
Wall
So,
is Jesus.
oh my God, the wall. The wall. You can fuck the wall.
I can't wait till they find the hole in the wall and they call it Gloria.
The microwave.
Microwave,
The toilet. Jean-Lou.
Oh my God.
Jesus. He's evidently into scat.
He's got a plunger on his head.
Scat. Yeah.
He's got a
Just
B-day
take
on
a
his.
big dump on his chest, you know.
Yeah.
This is
the toilet seat round his neck. Toilet paper on his wrists.
He stole Toasty's plunger.
It's broken too.
Probably got broke off in
yeah. In Bonnie Blue, yeah.
Toilet, the dust
What?
bunny
What? The dust
behind
bunny?
the couch.
Oh no. Oh
What
no.
is this frumpy mess?
It's the dust bunny. And behind the couch. You
My
literally
name is Dolly. I'm a dust bunny.
dust bunny.
All right.
I live under this big old couch.
And this probably got state funded.
Please find out for next time.
Yeah, the curtain.
The curtains. Why are there two of them? Mixed race, different colors. Fuck it.
Bed.
That was the bed again. The what?
Tread.
The treadmill. Christoph.
Mill.
A mousetrap.
Yeah, please.
Not even.
Please
not
go,
even.
go fuck a mousetrap. See what happens.
I mean, please. Yeah, that's what you should be doing. Yeah. Go lick a mousetrap.
Right.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
The dishwasher is like it's straight from hell. What is this? Oh God.
Washer,
Oh,
desk, piano.
a piano.
Go back to the frames.
That
If
is
you're gonna do a piano, it should be mixed race, ebony and
Right.
ivory.
Right.
yeah.
That's not even meant as a pun, but it is, I guess. What's this? A desk.
Dash the desk.
Dash of the desk.
And yes, very
Desk, piano.
Key as the
masculine.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah.
dirty laundry.
Laundry.
What? Timmy the time, the clock. Oh God, it's the cat clock on the wall. The Felix the cat clock.
Clock, candelabra.
The candelabra. Scandelabra. So they're now just straight up ripping off Beauty and the Beast. Because that's literally what the character Lumiere is.
Right, right.
Brother
A TV.
TV bar.
Bathsheba. Whoa. Now that's a deep reference. That's a deep reference. That is a reference to a Thomas Hardy book that I read in school. Far from the Madding Crowd. It's a Bible name, isn't it? Or
Yeah. I think.
Bathsheba. Yeah. It's the name of the main woman in that book who gets like 3 guys in love with her. It's actually a really good book. It's not the sort of thing I would have thought I would ever have got into, but analyzing it was really interesting. So I did very well that year at school. Bathsheba the bath. Okay.
Towel.
Tyrrell the towel. Or Tyrell.
Yeah.
Was rubber.
Rebel the rubber duck.
It's my ass.
What?
Rebel. The
A rubber duck. A rubber duck. What is this, Bert and Ernie? Oh no, where's my rubber ducky? I want to
Oh.
fuck it.
In a yellow gimp suit.
There are people streaming this right now. And Spamalot says women. This is beyond fucked. This is what's wrong with civilization. Go and
people as in plural.
Repeal the 19th Amendment.
This is why women shouldn't be able to vote if they are leftists.
Duck shower.
The shower. Okay. What was it like? Did these clothes come off? Do you know what I mean? Like,
right?
All the stuff that makes them the shower. When they get undressed, presumably it's gone. So just a person, and they're only there if you're wearing these glasses.
Shower floors.
Floor. Florence,
walk all over me. Yeah, she's a big old broad.
Yeah. Smegheads is asking, Bonnie or this game? What's worse? That is a very difficult question.
That is, geez, I think that might balance out. Actually, I think it's almost even.
I mean, you've got a woman who treats herself like a fucking piece of meat for strange men for nothing except profit.
She's like
willing to
a piece of furniture, and then
she's willing to get used like an animal and forced by 1,000 or 2,000 guys, like an animal in an enclosure that's being abused by the zookeeper, just to get more dick. Or a game that allows busted, insane women high on leftism to have erotic fantasies about random objects in their house.
I would say objectively Bonnie would be worse, but games like this might create more Bonnies.
Right. And Bonnie only wins on the
So it's a chicken and egg thing.
It's a real person.
Yeah, because this is the kind of insanity that leads to people like Bonnie existing.
Right.
Like, what are we going to find out now? Like A&E or ER rooms in America. Suddenly there's going to be thousands of extra long lines for the emergency room with all these women who've somehow got chair legs shoved up their fucking pussies and they can't get them out.
Yeah. I recall a former journalist talking about sticking a Wiimote up her ass for $50.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Well, now you can, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What happens if there's going to be one woman? There is going to be one woman who's gonna get turned on by her chair, right? Or her fridge or her microwave. And she's going to do something. I don't know what. I don't know how graphic. I don't know how physical. But she's going to get injured eventually. Someone is going to, from having played this game.
We've been rated by Hypno and his gamers.
Hey, welcome, guys.
Yo.
We're close to wrapping up, but we've still got a little ways to go. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are currently going through this freaking trailer. This is the rabbit hole I saw on Hypno's channel. I didn't see the trailer. I saw the headline, and I knew I had to get the hell out right then so that I could experience it blind myself. And now I wish I had never been born. so thanks, Hypno. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. And earlier we were talking about Bonnie Blue.
Right.
Furious Dan's here for 2 says, good morning, Will. Hello, mate. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Don't worry, Bigger Army. You have not missed the boobies yet. We are saving them for the end after all this madness. So at this point, right, there's going to be a woman somewhere who's going to fall in love with her chair. Okay. I hate to say this because I shouldn't have to say this. It's the dumbest fucking thing to have to actually say. And actually, I'm convincing myself that it's true. Someone's going to play this game. They're going to get into a relationship with a table or something that turns them on. And then there's going to be one, if this game ever makes it to be that popular. Hopefully it won't. But if it ever did, there's going to be some freak who starts looking at the table and thinking about the person in the game. Okay. And gets and starts to associate their real life table with the character in the game, and then starts to think about it and fantasize about it, and then eventually what's she gonna do? She's gonna end up in hospital with a table leg shoved up her ass.
Right, or they're gonna find her like having slid down the banister only to, land
Yeah,
on
there's
the
gonna
knob
be
at the bottom.
bodies. There's gonna be bodies found. Yeah, imagine that. That'd be hilarious, actually, but awful too. That just like suddenly there's just this cull of left-wing women. It'd be great. But
the banister. Jesus.
yeah, we found this woman dead in her kitchen with her fridge on top of her. Legs akimbo.
Natural selection.
Totally naked. No, wearing lingerie or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just, this is madness. This is madness.
Sticking in my icebox.
Damn. Or, I mean, what else? What else have we seen so far in this? Okay, rubber duck. That's probably not going to kill you. Trying to fuck your bath might. Curtain rail.
Blender. See what happens.
I mean, mouse trap that could lead to injuries. I mean, I don't want to talk about the dust bunny. What else? The loo.
Yeah.
Woman catches dysentery trying to have sex with the toilet.
Do not lick your toilet. Okay.
Do not make out with your toilet.
Right.
Do not. This is Jesus Christ. Woman impaled on curtain rod. It's just gonna be awful. Oh no, what's this? Okay, so
Shower, floor,
what? Ceiling. Oh my god. Ooh, what a feeling.
They should have called the ceiling roof.
Roof, yeah, roof. Yeah. Shelly the bookshelves.
I want a roofie.
Oh, no. What is this? An iron? Go fuck your iron, ladies.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, iron.
Wait for it to be really hot.
Ah! Woman commits self-genital mutilation trying to fuck iron. I can see the headlines. These people are not mentally stable enough that I can believe that one of them won't eventually try to fuck an inanimate object in her house and get killed. Like I said, you're going to find a body with a fridge on top of them.
Do not fuck your trash can. Again.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like roaches coming out. Not having it. Not having it.
Just
what is that? Is that the cooker? Is that like
that is an air fryer? That is an air fryer.
Fryer Errol. Oh my god. Woman sticks tits in air fryer. Oh, this is bonkers.
And yet
this is going to test the limit.
Yeah.
And there's there we go.
Yeah.
Woman's uterus found in Hoover bag. Oh mate, this is someone trying to get rid of left-wing women. This is what this is.
Right. Yeah. This has to be
the great call is coming.
There is no way that how all right. Because game development takes some time, right?
Not this one.
No, but I mean, even still, how can you be working at this game 6 games in? Just imagine, like you're working at this, development studio.
What are they called again?
And you're 6 weeks in, and you're like, I got to see this project through to the end. Like, how desperate do you have to be?
But remember, folks, Molly Taylor says it's perfectly okay to have sex with a vacuum cleaner, as long as you're not looking at Eve's ass. God. The standards are wrecked. Okay. The what? The what? The dev. I am the sassy chap. Mascot and possible owner of Sassy Chap Games. Sassy Chap! Oh, you're such a... How'd you do it, John? Yours was better.
I'm a sassy chap.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Smegheads. Oh no. Wait, hey. Did we answer the question of whether it was worse, this game or Bonnie Blue? I guess Bonnie Blue technically is worse for
reality.
For reality, but this could genuinely cause someone to get hurt.
Right.
Like, I can't convince myself that there isn't a leftist bitch somewhere in this world dumb enough to actually stick a Hoover pipe inside herself now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mental. Smeghead says 2 girls, 1 cup. Now 4 girls, 1 chair. Oh no.
I'm
You know,
Stu, the
you
stool.
can date anything. You can date the chair, the table, the cup of shit. Oh no. No.
The garbage disposal.
This is so irresponsible. These people have got the brains of children. You're gonna kill them. It's maddening. How can you get away with this? It's so beyond the realm of anything else I've ever seen in terms of complete stupid bullshit. This show finally lives up to its name. Frag Monkey says in the chat, WT actually F. Yeah.
Indeed.
Stick it in the mailbox and find its slot.
Cheese grater.
He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smig. Hey.
Oh, dude.
So this sassy chap guy is he? I can't believe I'm saying
Say it
this.
right,
Is he a
Rhodey.
shelf
Say
insert?
it right, Rhoda.
Oh.
Faffy.
Faffy
You gotta say it with
chap.
your- Faffy. You gotta say it with your
It's
tongue.
super. Thanks for
I
asking.
can't make that. I can't make that sound. How do you?
Faffy.
You lisp. Sassy. You just
When
lisp.
I try to do it, I just sound like Mr. Bean.
Sassy. Like, I can't do it.
The devs are
Oh, I wonder if
glitching.
they've got a character called Tina Beans.
A tin of beans. Oh
The game.
This is pun fucking fodder. Wait,
Yeah.
the game?
Text box Chan.
You can fuck the text box.
Self, the shadow.
Whoa! All right.
Shadow. Oh,
Well, we've reached the logical conclusion of leftism. You are
indeed.
fucking Satan.
Water.
Water.
I'm
I think I'll go fuck some water. What? Fantastically, amazingly brilliant. Member for 5 months on Rage Beta.
I mean, this
that's a
kind of
name
person-
change. Says,
This kind of person that when you put in the straight jacket, they get all hot and bothered.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Says, I mean, if there's people dumb enough to do that, things like the Tide Pod Challenge, exactly. There's people dumb enough to stick stuff up their privates 100%. Well, there have always been people dumb enough to stick random objects up their privates. This game is incentivizing them to get extreme with it. Like, how exactly did you manage to get your curtain rail so far inside yourself, madam? I don't know. Just fucking help me. I fell over.
There was a tangential but related. There was a guy who evidently had 37 thermometers removed from his internals because he was sounding them, which is plunging them into your urethra.
Oh, no. Thank you, fantastically, amazingly brilliant. That's definitely a name change from before to have been a member for 5 months without me noticing on Rage Beta as well. So whoever you are, thanks. Or whoever you were, thanks. And you're right. Yeah. There are Earth. A diamond. Oh no. How did you get this diamond into your anus? I fell over.
Right.
Fire.
Please, yes, please. Go fuck a burning log. Yeah.
Man, my fireplace is really turning me on. I'm gonna go stick my. Oh my god! What are you gonna? How you gonna fuck? What? How? This is madness. This is mad. You were Alice in Blunderland. I actually suspected that. Thank you. Air.
Air.
air. How does that work?
This person, like, if you're playing this game and you are actually getting hot and bothered by this,
I know.
you seek help.
You're
but-
beyond saving, I think. Yeah.
Right, right.
There's something really, really sinister about it.
What, your own what?
Overwhelming sense of existential dread.
Oh God. In fact, it looks like you got your head stuck in a blender. I was joking about the blender.
It's nihilism. Your own existential dread. This is the leftist game ever. Your own sense of existential dread. How does that manifest physically?
2025.
Yeah, it's
we are
almost
beyond
the last Airbender. I know.
You can even date the kitchens.
Why?
But
why would you? Why would you?
These are not dating. This
I mean,
is
what?
this is
What is this? This isn't even humanoid. How is this attractive? Is it? I don't understand this at all.
I'm speechless. Like I'm just
a box of
I'm at a
cereal.
loss for humanity at this point in time.
Ah, man.
Everything leads to
Oh my god, they're all just awful. Look at that one.
Uh-huh.
I think I saw her getting run
like a
over
pride
in LA
rally.
the other day. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw that rubber ducky though getting hit by a car in LA the other day. Oh no. No.
So remember,
Everyone's just terrible.
love isn't where the heart is
Pink haired bitch with glasses.
told to.
Oh, for fuck's sake. How did all these people get in my house?
The smell of this room.
What the fuck is that supposed to be? It's a
An
it's
amp,
chopping
maybe?
board,
I
maybe?
don't fucking know.
It's got a guitar, but there's a knife on it.
Right.
There's some sort of switch. It's a chopping
is that a
board,
piece
isn't
of
it?
toast?
Yeah, I'm saying chopping board.
It's got Pop-Tart earrings.
It's a toaster.
It's a toaster. That's bread. The guitar's bread.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's the toaster. Yeah. Go have a
God, fuck your
romantic
toaster, people. Jesus.
No, don't fuck your toaster and don't have a romantic bath with it.
God,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
Or maybe do.
This is it, isn't it? This is the death of feminism. They're all going to die.
Right.
By having a threesome with a toaster and a bath.
Yeah, the bath's a character too. Let's get busy, guys. Toaster, bathtub, come over here and fuck me.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you'll be fucked, all right. Make sure, yeah.
No, motherfucker.
It'll be an
no.
electrifying experience. You'll never be the
Some of them
same.
are deliberately ugly as well. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. Oh my god, it's so. And then just in the corner, you've got your own dread staring at you the entire time. For fuck's sake. Just perish the thought you'd ever let a leftist forget their sense of existential dread. My god. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Let's make the toaster character the sexiest personality in the whole game, and then we just get. That's it. That's fine. We'll have Republican governments forever.
But where it dares to wander, date
Everything. A notepad. What is that one? It's like a desk again. It's got CDs, drawers, a calculator, a pair of scissors.
Oh God!
I mean,
Do
the problem,
not-
the
do
thing is
not
that
fuck your scissors.
the art is kind of creative.
Oh, it's creative, all right.
In horrible ways, but I mean, there's also ones that are really shit. But some of them are kind of funny. But
Okay,
the
that's
idea
creepy.
that they're all here.
Corner.
What?
There's something up in the corner that looks like a bloody Care Bear or something. That's
What?
really
Oh,
disturbing.
I mean that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh God, your teddy bear.
that is really disturbing.
You know, I knew a girl who used to
Yep.
used to cut open teddy bears and mount things.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is actually that's a thing.
Yeah,
That's a
used
thing.
to strap things onto teddy bears and and take them to bed with her. Women, why are you
Go
like
to
this?
bed without my teddy.
Why are you like this?
Everything out now.
Yeah, what about the mirror?
That's the last thing they want to look into at this point.
Ah, this is the worst thing ever. Does this say Team 17?
Oh my god, no.
Team 17.
Team 17 is all right. What are
That's
they,
the guys behind Worms.
Worms, yeah.
Oh my.
And they've also done Overcooked as well. Was that them as well?
Hell,
Oh man. Look, Worms, there you go. Worms Armageddon. Worms
All
World
right,
Party.
all right, people. Like, you have to understand the companies
Original
that
Worms.
you,
See?
the
Worms.
companies that used to be involved in the things that you care about are not
Yeah.
the same companies anymore.
Dude.
Did you ever do that thing with a PlayStation 1 where you're playing Worms and like you use like the inside of a biro so you can swap the disc and then you put a CD in, so instead of playing the soundtrack it plays the music from the CD?
Yeah, my friend did that on my PlayStation once. We used to play Worms and we got so bored of playing Worms, what we'd end up doing is making assault courses with girders and take turns just throwing ourselves through them with the bungee and with the ninja rope.
Oh yeah.
And we'd do that. It was fun. But then inevitably one of us would get bored and just throw a grenade at someone. It was fucking brilliant. They'd be like, "You son of a bitch, you spent an hour on that," you know.
What is the rating on this game?
Worms is so good. Team 17 has done this though. Oh no. Look, this is their page and they're promoting this. And this stupid bastard, what is he playing it? Is he playing it right now?
There are many different elements of data. I think.
and the
You
amazing
can say
artificial
some moments might
intelligence
be
team that
psychological
built the
horror.
Val
Maybe.
9000.
Clearly,
While the Val
They
9000
know
has
it is.
Oh no.
They've got 1,000 people watching it.
What?
Dredge. Oh, come on, there's got to be somebody playing this fucking game. Yeah, here we go. It is him. He's playing this. That's what it is. That's this. What the fuck? This doesn't look like what we just saw. Do you know what? I've had enough.
Yeah,
I'm done.
yeah,
I'm done.
yeah.
That's enough. That's
yeah.
more than enough for me. You know what? Let's look at some sexy ladies and get back on
Indeed,
Mojo,
please,
shall we?
please.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel and making it so that we can get our sanity back now.
Come here, baby. Let me show something good. Something good. Something good. Something
I need that. I mean, I'm just sitting there like the entire time, like I'm just going, like it was relief, but also at the same time, back of my mind, like it's like, what was all that shit you just saw? Like,
Yeah, it worked, but it's not going to delete every. We'd have to watch it 2 or 3 more times, but we don't have time for that. One more time, fuck.
Come here, baby. Let me show something good.
And I'm back. All right. I feel like I can be part of this world again.
Oh yeah,
We're
baby.
alive.
Oh, there we go. Much better. All right, that's enough. That's enough. I've had enough of the internet for one evening.
Right.
Fucking hell. I'm gonna have
Pull
to
the
look at
internet
this
over.
again.
It's drunk.
I'm gonna have to have a look at this again in the morning when I've been asleep and say. I mean, that is the purpose of hyperdrive time, is to expose the weirdest shit on the internet, and I gotta find. There's gonna be someone streaming it. I gotta find it. I gotta find out what this is really like, because it's so bleak. It's gonna kill people. It's got someone. I bet somebody somewhere is gonna get seriously injured. Whether we'll ever hear about it or not, no idea. But someone is gonna get like hurt and get picked up by an ambulance, having been half crushed by their fridge or with a table leg stuffed up on somewhere. It's gonna happen. Awful. There you go. Anyway, that'll do for us today. We need to wrap this bastard up. Thank you very much to everybody who's been watching, and of course the panel too. Rhoda, what's going on?
Right now I'm working on a couple of music videos, well, 4 actually. So hopefully I'll get a couple of those out before the end of the weekend. As far as gaming streams are concerned, it's just too hot here to do that at the moment. So that's why there's been a bit of a lack of activity on my channel. But hopefully I'll see you guys Sunday. And
oh yeah.
Still doing Ryan's show on Wednesdays, and it's all good. Yeah.
Sweet.
It's all good. I'm just waiting for the weather to cool down so I can play games again.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I've been just waiting till I have a bit of time to play Expedition 33 and fucking finish the bastard. Hopefully tomorrow, because I don't have much to do tomorrow, so that'll be good. Anyway, thank you very much for being here, buddy. John, what's going on with you?
Well, of course, I'm always here with you gentlemen on Sundays, Tuesdays, and of course, as we are here Thursday at this time of day. Later on today, I will also be with my other mainstay over on Toasty's channel, which is Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, and Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sundays. And of course, on Friday I also do reality based right before that, and then on the weekends on the Weekend Culture over on Honey Badger Arcade. Thank you everybody who managed to stick with us through all that. You are clearly
incredible.
A quality.
There was
about 20 people that left, and I can't fault them for doing that.
Yeah,
I wanted to myself. So thank you everybody for staying. With that said, safe travels ahead. Have a wonderful week going forward. Be awesome as always, and don't fuck your toaster.
Yeah, especially not in a threesome with your bathtub. Fucking hell. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been a great couple of days. Obviously, I had my birthday. I know John's gone quiet again during that. Whenever he talks for a long period of time, it gets progressively quieter because his AI setup hates him.
Yep.
And that's fair enough. I mean, everyone hates John these days, apart from this channel. And Toasties, of course, and Ryan's as well. Spears out for Athe in the chat, by the way.
Indeed.
It's been a pleasure, guys. I've had a lot of fun streaming the last 2 or 3 streams, and also you guys have been fantastic with the bar and everything. So I will be gaming my ass off as soon as I possibly can be. Right now, I'm feeling sick as shit. I've got a bad cough, bad throat, bad head, bad everything, and I need a rest. So I'm gonna take that rest, and I'll be back. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I actually will do hyperdrive time in the morning. Because I might have something else to do, but just look and you'll see. If not, extra long gaming stream, something will happen on the channel tomorrow. And I'll be back as soon as I can be. Don't fuck your toaster. Don't fuck inanimate objects. Don't fuck your fridge. Don't fuck your microwave.
Yep.
Don't fuck your air fryer. Don't fuck your cooker hob. Don't fuck a mouse trap.
That's right. There are sex toys in this world if you need it.
There are people in this world.
There are people. There are, yes, even better. There are people. Like, go out and start a relationship.
Go out and meet someone. Go out and meet a motherfucker, or just be like, but don't be like Bonnie Blue. Make them earn it. You know.
That's right. have some dignity and self-respect.
Guys don't respect things they get too easy. Anyway, there you go. All right, thank you very much, everybody, for your donations as well. Thank you to MagesGuild, who just went on a tear earlier on the first half of the show and almost filled the bar himself. Roadkill 101 as well. Garrett Griffin as well. And it was MagesGuild like a million times. Michael Hallett as well. DramaticaLaur. TJAP Steve, of course. Sonic Spamfish. Smegheads came in as a few times as well. TJAP Steve a bunch more times. Smegheads again. Furious Dan, and fantastically, amazingly brilliant, formerly Alison Blunderland, for being here and being a member of the Grift Force at Rage Beta for 5 months. Appreciate you all. I will catch you as soon as I can, depending on how I'm feeling when I wake up, which might be really, really bad because it's getting worse. But we'll be back as soon as I can be, possibly just to run Expedition 33 and have some fun with that. But do look for me. Check out everybody of these guys on the panels and check out the shows that they're doing as well. Go find my Rumble. It is just literally look for the channel Will of the Fans and go and follow me on there. As an insurance policy, follow these guys on Rumble, follow them everywhere they are, follow us on Steam, add us on Steam, everything as well. And we'll catch you on the next one. Leaving you with the credit. And take care now. Bye-bye.
Get well soon, Will.
Thanks. And see you later, everybody.